I broke the wiggler. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Emily, and today I'm going to be reviewing the 3 new expansion packs from the LEGO Super Mario Wave 2. Over here we have the Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter, the Piranha Plant Puzzling Challenge, and Wiggler's Poison Swamp. These are completely new, and something kind of interesting about all of them that I do appreciate they included is that this is the new theme. This is the Soda Jungle theme, which is purple, whereas in Series 1 we only got Fire, Desert, and Mushroom Kingdom green. So I do appreciate that they're all kind of different in that sense. However, we only got 3, and I was kind of expecting more expansion packs, honestly, but maybe we'll get more in the future. I can definitely see them doing a Wave 3. While I am really excited about these sets, there's a lot of disappointment as well, and so I'm really just kind of torn overall about them because the playability is really cool, but some of the characters I'm a bit disappointed in, but I'll give you more detail on that in a second. As for just setting up Mario for this, because it's a new wave of the LEGO Super Mario line and it's the purple Soda Jungle theme, you have to upgrade Mario before you're able to play with it. So this was kind of a disaster, honestly, and I think it's fixed by now, but on January 1st, when we got these sets, Mario had to be upgraded, and we weren't aware of that beforehand, which is probably just our fault, but the app on January 1st, on launch day, was broken. Like, it did not work for us. My husband downloaded it, it didn't work. I tried it on my phone, it didn't work, so that was just kind of disappointing, like especially like this is Nintendo and LEGO, 2 really awesome companies. That's a pretty big deal to have their app go wrong on release day, so that kind of sucked, but it took about 20 minutes once we were able to actually use the app to get Mario going, which 20 minutes felt like a long time, but I mean, it was over Bluetooth, so I don't know, maybe it just took longer for those reasons. These sets retail for $20, $30, and $40 US, and I have kind of mixed feelings about whether that's actually worth it, because on one hand, you're getting new characters, and I really care about the characters, but on the other hand, there's playability. And so some of the sets have really great playability, whereas others, you're really just buying it for the characters. So it's really up to you whether or not you think it's worth it. Even between me and my husband, we have differing views on like whether a set was worth it or not, because he cares more about the playability and like the play features in it. I care more about the characters. I want to collect all the characters. So we had different attitudes towards this line. So like for me, I care a lot more about the characters, so that might kind of bias this review, but if you care more about playability, kind of take it more with a grain of salt. But for me, the characters are the best part of this because you're not going to leave these out all the time. I have all the expansion packs from Series 1, now I have all of them from Series 2 as well, and I'm definitely not going to leave these out all the time. Like, I'll probably take the characters and put them on my shelf over here and display them, and that'll look really cool, but I mean, for me, the playability isn't why I bought this set, so just keep that in mind. So now let's take a closer look at the Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter. So here in front of me is the Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter, and again this one retails for $20 US, and for $20 you actually get 2 new characters, which is pretty awesome, especially like when comparing with the other expansion packs. So we get Chain Chomp, thus the name Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter, as well as Bramble over here. And I remember him from some of the games, but not as much as Chain Chomp. I feel like Chain Chomp, we all knew we were going to get a Chain Chomp in Series 2, so I am not really shocked at all that we got him, and I'm actually pretty happy. However, he's actually like the first character I'm a little bit disappointed in. And as we all know from the games, he is a sphere and he kind of like chomps around. But here, like, he looks great from the side, but I mean, as an actual character, like, he doesn't look as spherical. I broke it. He doesn't look as spherical as I feel like he should, and especially for $20, like, I think they could have put a little bit more effort into him. The front of him looks really good, as well as from the side, because that's exactly what I remember from the 2D games, but I mean, they definitely could have put a little bit more effort into making him a bit more spherical, just some more details. Like, this tiny little set here is $20, so I really think they could have done a little bit more with him. So that's like my first little disappointment from this whole line. And then Bramble, I actually think he's cute. He's really cool, and he's a new character as well. We have not seen Bramble before. And I know his play feature is kind of doing like a loop-de-doop kind of thing, like in the games, but here you just kind of tap on top of him. So there's nothing too interactive with him, but for me, I collect LEGO Super Mario for the characters. I just think that's really cool. I am very much a completionist, so getting all of the characters was really important to me. For the playability on this set, basically what you're doing is you take Mario and you kind of like do that, and Chain Chomp goes flying, and you get the coin block underneath, and then you can tap on him, and that's pretty much it. So there's not really too much play feature here. Again, I collect it for the characters, and I think the characters are pretty cool in this one. So it's totally up to you, right? Like, if you really want the playability features, this one doesn't really have much to it. But if you're like me, you like the characters, I would say this is totally worth it for $20. You get 2 new characters. They're really awesome. This one definitely could have been built a little bit better, but I mean, he's still a new character, so I do really love that. And now here in front of me, I have the Piranha Plant Puzzling Challenge, and this one retails for $30 US, and honestly, it is the least worth it out of the 3 expansion packs, and here's why. Basically, these 2 Piranha Plants, they're new builds for this series. However, we already got Piranha Plants in Series 1 from the Guarded Fortress expansion pack and the Piranha Plant Power Slide. So, I mean, these aren't new characters, they're new builds of the character, so, I mean, I kind of do like these a lot. I like the build itself, but they're not new characters. And also, with Spiny over here, he comes with this set, but he was also in a character pack from Series 1. So he's not new either. I don't know why they did this. There's no new characters here. For $30, I would expect something new, at least something kind of different, because this is really small. There's a lot going on. The playability is actually really cool, but I'm just so disappointed in that. So this is kind of where I differ from people like my husband, who care a lot more about playability. I care a lot more about the characters, so of course I don't really care for this set. Whereas, you know, the playability is actually really good. My husband really likes it, so I mean, I have to give it that. It is actually a really cool playset. It comes with these new gears, and they really use these quite well. They're actually the same gears that they use for the trees in the new police modular building. So they're definitely getting their use out of these, and I really do like how creative they are with them. And so what you're doing here is basically you spin around with Mario, and he makes the Piranha Plants kind of swivel around. And what you're supposed to do is just kind of like smack the Piranha Plant so that then you can get the coins. And then you go to the other one as well, get the coins from him too. So it's a really neat set in that regard, and the playability for it is actually very cool, but for me, the characters kind of ruin it. And for $30, no new characters and this tiny little set, I just don't think this one's worth it. I broke the Wiggler. And now here we have Wiggler's Poison Swamp, and this one retails for $40 US, and I think it is by far the most worth it. You get a lot more pieces in this one than you do in the other ones by far. And also we get kind of 2 new characters. We get Wiggler, of course, and there was no doubt we were gonna get a Wiggler. I did a LEGO Super Mario Series 2 prediction video a while back, and Wiggler was definitely in it. Like, I knew we were gonna get him. He is a crowd favorite. We all love the Wiggler. And then we also get a Goomba, and I know you're thinking like, Emily, we have Goombas. Yes, we do. However, this one has a new face print. And that's really cool. That actually matters to me because I like to stack my Goombas. I stack them on top of each other, and they don't really stay too well because it's just tile on top, but I just think it's cute, and so that's how I display them. And so having more variations of face printing is actually really cool. So I do appreciate that. And they set him right here in the game. The playability for him is kind of weird, but I'll get to that in a second. The set also comes with a Koopa Paratroopa, and the only difference between this guy and the Koopa Troopa that we got in Series 1 is that he has wings, and on the back of his shell he has 2 little holes for his wings to go, and I mean, that's just such a small little detail that they added. It really improves the figure for me, so I do really appreciate that. In the build itself, it's the same as in Series 1, but the wings are just so cool. I love that. There's also quite a few large pieces in this set that make it more worth it for me, so we get these 2 giant purple tiles here that the Wiggler kind of slides across. And so that's really cool. Like, these pieces are gigantic, so I do really appreciate that, especially in a $40 set. So as for play features, basically we get a few different things here, and there's a lot going on. So let me talk you through it. So up here we get this little raft thing, and I didn't really understand it at first, but it's kind of cool. So Mario gets to float around in the soda jungle waters, I guess. And as you kind of float him around, you get coins. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. It's just such a basic little thing, so it's not like that exciting, but I do like that they added more play features to this. And then as for the actual Wiggler playability, this part's kind of hard, but it's really fun, and it's just kind of fun to do even without playing the game. So basically you set Mario into this little cart, and you're supposed to move Wiggler back and forth to hit this down. So these are like docks, and basically you're supposed to make Goomba appear. And something kind of weird about this is, like, that's a lot of work in the set to just like get a Goomba out of it, you know, like if there was a star involved, like that would be kind of nice. So something I forgot to mention actually is in the Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter, you can't beat the Chain Chomp. So Mario needs to get a star to beat the Chain Chomp. So it's kind of ridiculous because there's no star included in that set. So if you just want that one set, the Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter, you can't beat the bad guy in it. So that's just something to keep in mind. But anyways, I brought that up because it's weird that we have a Goomba there, because I mean, you're doing a lot of work to defeat a Goomba. That doesn't make any sense. Like in some of the other sets, Goombas are just kind of sprinkled around. So that's like not a very good prize. So I really think that the star should have been there, but you can always just put a star over here and customize it yourself. So I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of weird that that's kind of how they want you to play the game. Because if I was setting this up in one big course, I would probably put the Goomba somewhere else, like maybe over here, and put the star here, so that then I can, you know, defeat the Wiggler, expose the star, tap on that, and then get the Chain Chomp later. So that's probably how I would do it. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird the way that they set it up. So as you can see, I'm not very good at actually playing with this set, but I mean, it's really fun, and I just kind of like this feature. Like I said before, it's just kind of fun to move Mario back and forth on it, but I'm just not very good at it. It's fine. So overall, once again, this is the Chain Chomp Jungle Encounter, the Piranha Plant Puzzling Challenge, and then Wiggler's Poison Swamp. And these are 20, 30, and 40 US dollars. Wiggler is definitely the most worth it. Wiggler is definitely the most worth it for the money, I think. For $40, you get an awesome Wiggler. That guy is really cute. He's adorable. I'm so happy that they included him in this series. You get Koopa Paratroopa, as well as a new face printing on Goomba, which I know isn't a big deal to most people, but when I'm stacking them, it's just kind of fun to have that variation in face printing. And then this one is definitely like a disappointment. There's no new characters. The playability is really cool, but it's just kind of disappointing that we got another Spiny in here since we saw him in the character packs. And then these are, again, just cool builds, but it's the same exact build twice. And we already have Piranha Plants from 2 of the expansion packs in Series 1. And in this one, for $20, literally, like, it's really cute. It depends what you're trying to collect these for. If you want the characters, totally worth it. 20 bucks, you get 2 new characters. That's really awesome. But for playability, this one just, it definitely lacks. It definitely lacks a lot. So, I mean, it's definitely up to you, right? Like, for me, I like the characters. So, for this, that's worth it for me. But again, that's just my opinion, and I'm really excited to have these. I think they're really cool. I love the characters. This is just a disappointment. So anyways, what do you guys think about the new Super Mario line? I'm pretty excited about it. I'm a little bit disappointed at the same time, so I kind of have mixed feelings, but I do think it would be kind of cool to do like an all expansion packs review and just kind of rank them from Series 1 and 2, just to see like which ones really are the most worth it. So let me know if that's something you would want to see in the comments below. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.